today we are going to look at this at Maths, Form 4 at Maths, Chapter 1. Before we start our activity, we should know function is a relation of 1 to 1 or a relation of many to 1. Okay. See this one, crocodile is the reptiles. When you see over here, of course, crocodile is a reptile, isn't it? Okay. Whales is a mammals, frogs, amphibians. So here you can see classification of animals. Classification of animals is 1 to 1. Relation of 1 to 1. How about this one? Favorite subjects. Okay, Ali like physics. Rama and Tan like chemistry. So this relation is of many to 1. Many. Rama and Tan, they like, both of them like chemistry. So many to 1. So this one we call function. Okay, now look at this activity. Okay, state whether each of the following relation is a function. State your reason. Okay, half of, okay, 2 equal to 1, 4 equal to 2, 6 equal to 3. So, is this one is a function or not? Okay. Before that, teacher want to read this question in Malay also. Nyatakan sama ada hubungan yang berikut ialah fungsi atau bukan. Beri alasan anda. Okay. So here you can see. Sini kamu boleh lihat fungsi 1 kepada 1. 1 to 1. So consider this one is the function. And how about this one? Many to 1. You see? This one of course lah 1 to 1. This one many to 1. So this one also function. How about this one? Number 3, C, 1C. This one 1 to 1, P to 1, Q to 5, R to 8 and 10. So here you can see 1 to many. 1 to many. But your function supposed to be 1 to 1 or many to 1. Not 1 to many. Consider this one is not a function. So, no lah. Bukan. So, bukan. This one is not a function. Okay. Okay, now look at here. How can we determine whether a graph of a relation is a function? When a graph is given, we use the vertical line test to determine whether the given graph is a function or otherwise. If the vertical line cuts only at one point on the graph, then the relation is a function. On the other hand, if the vertical line does not cut the graph at any point or cuts more than one point, then the graph is not a function. Okay, as you see over here, when we draw a line, okay, as you see over here, when we draw a line, it's there has the line over here, and then we draw the vertical line over here. Okay, teacher use blue color to show the vertical line. Okay, this one is a vertical line. It's cut at one point over here, and then I change the color, black color for the point. Okay. Okay, this is the point. So it's cut in one point. So this one we call function. How about for the second one? When we draw the vertical line in blue, and then you can see the dot. over here and here. It's cut 2 point. So this one we call not a function. Is it? Okay, now look at example 2. Which of the following graph represents a function? Okay, you have three graph over here. This one is the A graph. Okay, what is the solution that they are giving you? Okay, this graph is a function because when the vertical line test is carried out, the line cuts the graph at only one point. Okay, you can see over here, this is the vertical line, so it cuts only at one point over here, except when x equal to 1, where the line does not cut any point on the graph. Okay, now we go to B. This graph is a function. Okay, why? When you draw the vertical line over here, it's cut it at one point, so consider this one is the function. Because when the vertical line test is carried out, the line cuts the graph at only one point. Okay, B. Now you go to C. This graph is not a function because why? Because when the vertical line test is carried out, you see this one is the vertical line, isn't it? So it's cut at 2 point over here. The line cuts the graph at 2 points. So this one is not a function lah. Consider. Understand? Okay, now let's go to the activity number 2. Self-practice number 2. Determine whether each of the following graph is a function by using the vertical line test. Okay, dalam bahasa Melayu pula, tentukan sama ada graf yang berkaitan ialah fungsi atau bukan dengan menggunakan ujian garis mencancang. Okay, now teacher want to draw the vertical line over here. So it's cut at one point. So consider this one is the function. Yes lah. Yes. Okay. How about the second one? Okay. So teacher draw the vertical line over here. So it's cut more than 1 point. 1 over here and here. Isn't it? So some more here also. So consider this one is not a function. Okay, how about the another one? So when teacher draw a line over here, the vertical line, it's cut only at one point. Consider this one is the function, this one is no. Okay, so now understand? Okay, number 3. By using the function notation, express h in terms of x for each of the following arrow diagrams. Okay, so you need to express benda ni lah dengan menggunakan tata tanda fungsi. Ungkapkan h dalam sebutan x bagi setiap gambar raja anah panah yang berikut. So you nak kena express h in term of x lah. So macam mana nak express? Okay, h kamu express equal to half 1 over x. How about this one? Macam mana yang dengan ini pula dia ada negatif. So negatif 5 sama dengan equal to 5 lah. Negatif 4 equal to 4, 4 equal to 4, 5 equal to 5. Consider. So you supposed to nak kena hilangkan this negative. So untuk nak hilangkan the negative, so you need to write like this. Okay, hx equal to, kalau nak hilangkan negatif, kamu kena tulis macam ni. Okay, C pula. So hx equal to x kuasa 3 lah. This one power of 3 dapat berapa? 3 darab 3 darab 3. 3 darab 3, 9. 9 darab 3, 27 kan? So 27 lah. So this one 2 power of 3 also. So consider x is power of 3 lah. So this is the answer. Okay.